You know, for those of you that have been watching me for the 25 years I've been here, thank you, first off. Secondly, you've noticed, even if you've been watching 5 years or 5 months, you notice the things that we sell change. But, you know, I've been here for the whole 25 years. So, but the whole, you know, kind of cornucopia of things that we sell is far different today than it was 10 years ago or 15 years ago or 20 years ago. 20 years ago, 25 years ago, even when I first started 35 years ago, we sold a far different kind of coin. First of all, we primarily sold vintage coins like this. The Morgan silver dollar was kind of the bulwark of what we sold. That was really the backdrop of all numismatics. Was, you know, the Morgan silver dollar, the Peace silver dollar, Barbara half dollars, you know, Mercury dimes, all that kind of stuff. High grades in that, low populations. That's what we did. Some proof sets, and that was kind of what we did. That all changed. Like in 1999 with the advent of the state quarters. That really kind of brought a popularity to coin collecting, brought, you know, tens of millions of new collectors into there. And then that's when the Silver Eagle took off as well, about the year 2000, particularly after 2008. So primarily now what we sell is the American Silver Eagle, because that's what everybody out there collects and buys. We don't sell as many vintage coins. And it's not necessarily because they're not popular, it's because with the advent of all of these new collectors, they're simply not available. And that's what is really the hallmark of this particular coin. It's just not available. And that's the problem. As we've increased the number of collectors, the number of these coins that are in existence has remained exactly flat, even though the people that are collecting them have continued to increase, you know, exponentially from when it went out, at the very least. And so when we're able to get these vintage coins like this, the kind of old school stuff, you know, I think it's really cool because this is what I kind of cut my teeth on, you know, selling and collecting myself. Back when I was, you know, back in the 70s when I started collecting as a kid, when I started doing this, going to the coin club meetings the third Wednesday of every month, you know, 50 plus years ago, I mean, that's what I was buying, Morgan silver dollars. Even back then, I couldn't aspire to an 1878 CC at that time. CC, it means that it comes from Carson City. So now, you know, it's kind of fun to be able to go back, to be able to go old school, to be able to get the Morgan silver dollar. Well, the Morgan silver dollar first was made in 1878. It came into existence, I think the Bland-Allison Act created the Morgan silver dollar, and it was primarily to use the silver that was being mined, particularly out west, the western states out there. And then it was exacerbated very much so by the discovery of the Comstock lode, the greatest silver hoard basically in all the Americas, in essence, came out of the Comstock lode. It was absolutely, positively massive. It was so big, which was in Nevada, that the United States Mint built a mint in Carson City just to mint that silver that came out of there. Now, some of it still went to San Francisco, and then by 1879, the next year after this, it would go to New Orleans as well. But this is the very first year of issue of the Morgan silver dollar, 1878. So in terms of collectability, you always kind of look at the bookends. So for the Morgan silver dollar, the front bookend is obviously 1878. And then by the time it ends in 1904 is one bookend, and then they make it one more year in 1921, and then they've started again in 2021. But this is what started it all in 1878. These were the very first year. Now, in that very first year of the Morgan silver dollar, they were made at 3 mints. They were made at Philadelphia, they were made at San Francisco, and they were made at Carson City. And while there was a lot of silver at Carson City, you know, a lot of that silver went to San Francisco as well because they didn't need that much coinage in the West. And while, you know, the West is vast, the population was pretty sparse. Even on the West Coast, it was still pretty sparse at this point. So most of the coins were made at the Philadelphia Mint. And so the Carson City Mint, which was a very historic mint, it only made Morgan silver dollars from 1878 to 1893. And it basically stopped making all its coins in 1893. It started in the early 1870s. Making these half dollars. They did half dollars, they did dimes, they did half dimes. But the Morgan silver dollar from the Carson City Mint is historic. They made 13 different Morgan silver dollars at the Carson City Mint. If we can look at the reverse right there, And this is it. All right, there between the D and the O and dollar on the reverse, you see that coveted CC. It is the only double mint mark. It is the only double mint mark in all of American coinage. And you're going, well, you know, it's Carson City. Well, it's also San Francisco. It's still an S. Okay, West Point is still a W. New Orleans is still just an O. It is the only double mint mark that we've ever used right there is CC. And because of its tie to the Old West and the kind of the cowboy money and the history, and of course that early gold mining and silver mining, they have been highly, highly, highly sought after. Now, as they were minted, it was interesting. Not all of them were used back then. As a matter of fact, the United States government kept them in the Treasury vaults for many, many years. They kept many of those in there. And then they had a big General Services Administration, GSA sale that they had back in the 70s where they released them again to the general public. And that's where we kind of get coins today. Other than that, they would have been all worn out. So what I have here is this very first year of issue of the Morgan silver dollar from the Carson City Mint, by far, far more valuable, far rarer, far more collectible than either San Francisco or the Philadelphia coins with this. The Carson City coins are phenomenally collectible, and I've seen them skyrocket in value over the years, with 1878 being one of the prominent coins that is collectible. Now, if you just go to the next year, 1879, that's one of the great rarities that are out there. In this condition, that coin's going to be $20,000 or $30,000 just 1 year after this. And there are some great rarities. The 1889 CC, also an incredibly, incredibly rare and valuable coin. All of the Carson cities. The easiest Carson cities to get are 1883 and 1884. And so the ones that people gravitate towards are the coins that are far rarer. And then also first year of issue, which is where this 1878 falls. Now, we have several things that are about this coin that are really important. First of all, it's certified. And in today's market, you have to be careful where you buy your coins. And if you're here at buying from us at CSN, you're buying from a trusted source. We've been here over 25 years now. Now understand, you can go out there in the marketplace, you're buying coins on the internet, good luck with that. It's the Wild West out there. This is Wild West money. Well, it's the modern day Wild West out there on the internet buying coins. There's people, I mean, my goodness, I see guys doing these things all over the place out of their basements. You never know. They pop up, they go away, they show up, they go away. We've been here for 25 years. You have to buy from a trusted source. And even then, I have this coin certified to guarantee that it's genuine, because there are so many counterfeits out there, particularly a phenomenally popular coin like this. Carson City Mint, one of only 13 years that it was ever made, in brilliant uncirculated conditions, so it's certified not only for condition, but for authenticity. And it's certified in that original brilliant uncirculated condition. And if you're going to buy that, you have to buy it from a trusted source. Buy it from somebody that you know and that you trust. And like I said, we've been here for 25 years now. And then, of course, the backdrop to that, of course, when you buy this coin, when you get it home, of course, we have a 30-day money-back guarantee. That's very, very rare. Look, so many times out there, 30 days, they're not, the people you buy coins from, they're not even there in 30 days or 30 hours or 30 minutes. They pop up, they sell you something, they take your money, and then they're gone in the wind. I'm out there buying stuff, particularly on social media, that I know is fake. I had some stuff out here the other day, so it's just awful. Buy from a trusted source, particularly when you're buying a significant coin, when you're buying a collectible coin, when you're buying a coin of this significance in incredibly high-grade, original, brilliant, uncirculated from the very first year of issue, from the coveted Carson City Mint. You have to buy from somebody you trust, and that's exactly what we've got here at CSN. The biggest other problem with this is, even though I'm real proud to be able to bring it out to you now, we've got, what were we down to? About 18 coins. So I only have about 12.5 coins to go around anyway, so the quantities are limited. It's historically, numismatically significant, historically significant. It is incredibly high grade. It's the Carson City Mint. It's first year of issue. It ticks every single solitary box of collectability. That's why it's rare. That's why it's hard to get. That's why you need to pick up the phone. Get it today.